Hello everyone, welcome to Create and Craft. Oh, a little wave there from Toni, right at the start of the show. We're very excited about this, Toni, aren't we?
I'm really excited.
Brand new, one-day special, of course, already extremely busy. In fact, I'm going to come straight in and tell you over a third of the stock has already gone. You have been shopping ahead. We've got the most amazing stamps for you when it comes to that one-day special. We've got more goodies as well. I've got to tell you, right now, the stencils, if you haven't seen them, grab them quickly. They are also disappearing rapidly. Now, Toni, first of all, a very good evening.
Thank you. Yes, we said we're going to get yellow pages.
Now, the one-day special, this is something, for me, very unique. You know, we had our meeting before the show, and I did say to you, you know, sometimes it gets to a point and you think, what else can we see that we've not seen before? And I think you've absolutely cracked it here.
Yeah, so if anybody's like me and loves all of the inky techniques that people do with the stamps and the inks and things like that, but then try it and can't actually do it, it's so frustrating. So this is your reflection collection. So we've all seen how you try and reflect an image so it looks like it's in water or it's on a path or it's on a sunny day and the sun's behind, so we get that reflection. And you stamp it onto acetate and then you flip it over and you press it onto your card and it just looks like a puddle.
Yeah.
It never looks like a reflection.
It's being dried too quickly, or you've moved it.
It just doesn't work. Well, some people are successful at it and that's brilliant, but I'm not one of those people. So what we've done here is we've created a lovely reflection collection where the stamp creates the reflection. So easy, hey? But you get the most gorgeous, gorgeous images that look like you've done the reflection when we haven't. It's actually incorporated in the set, and these are very romantic designs. They're going to see you all the way through the year. They're going to be for celebratory. They're just beautiful, beautiful images. So you have the focal point of the reflection, and then on that full A5 carrier sheet, we've filled it with some beautiful words, some of which are reflected as well. And then we have foliage where you can absolutely build that scene. You can do the corner elements, you can make it look like the birds are coming into the pond side, they're floating within some reeds on the sort of landscape in there, or equally if you like to paint your sunsets and just be creative, the stamp is going to do all the talking. All you've got to worry about is what colour you're going to make your card.
We are so busy. I knew this was going to happen. 40% of the stock has now gone. Oh my word. You can see from the samples just in the front there, we've got loads more for you as well. Let me just show you the stamps as well. We've got a little bit of white card behind this one so you can see the detail. Toni, everyone is a little bit different, I think, as well. This particular one that we're looking at here, you can see if I just turn, so we can see the swans. You've got that definite reflection there. You've got the water, you've got the foliage, as you say.
So all of the foliage can be used on its own, which is brilliant. You get the reflection of the swans, but you also get the water as well. This is the ripple effect in there to even take that design even further and make it look even more creative. Just enjoy the process. I mean, just look at some of the... Do you want to show the stamps first, or shall we show what
shall
you
we
want
show
to
the
do?
stamps and then we'll go through some more of the samples.
I'll not steal your thunder.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to sort of show the difference. Half the stock, and I'm just hearing as well. You did say some of the sentiments are also reflected. You can see it there, never give up. You've got the trees that beautifully frame. You said almost romantic, and I agree with you. There's something very tranquil, very peaceful about this range, isn't there?
So think about your sympathy cards, think about the family cards, the gentleman lady next door, think about wedding cards, you know, celebratory cards. It's just going to cover gents cards. It's just going to absolutely cover it all. And I have to say, we're 6 months into the year. Yes, we've just done Christmas, but I have to say this is probably one of my favourites from this year. I love a good silhouette stamp. We've done lots of them, but these take it to that next level. You're going to get the reflection of the moon in the water with the solid element on there. You've got your reeds, so it looks like the bird's actually sat on a branch with the reeds wrapped around him. And then you've got corner elements. You have everything you need in this set. You do not have to bring in any other stamp set to make this set work, but equally, if you have silhouette stamps or stamps from another brand that will work with, bring them in, build the scene, create the moment.
There's something else I want to point out as well. We've tried those reflections,
it's a nightmare,
with the acetate. We've had mirror plates as well, you know, which work great. But let me just point something out. You see the silhouette of the bird there. If you were going to mirror that on acetate or with a mirror plate,
it'd be solid.
You'd get the solid. That's not how a reflection would look.
No.
You've got the ripples in the water. It's already done for you, so it really does make a difference. We've got one more set just to show you the stamps themselves, and what a beauty this is as well. Oh my word, we are so, so busy. Let me just bring this one in. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Make sure you check those baskets out. Let me just, do we need to spin that one around for the writing? There it is, there it is. It's hard to see actually on the actual stamps.
This looks very
misty. Because it's wording, it looks the wrong way around, doesn't it? Until you...
It does, yeah. Upside down. There we go.
It is. Hang on.
In this one, you get the spatter.
Oh, it's those reflections. They're so good. I can't tell which is right and which is wrong.
Yeah. So across the top of this one, you get the spatter, which could be snow or stars. So you could create that moody, mystical night if you want to. Create great for Halloween. And then you've got that sort of haze coming across the trees. These stamps really tell a story, and I love anything. And my customers and all of the people that follow Stamps by Me know that I love a story. I love something that tells a story, whether it be a piece of wood. I just love something that tells a story, and these do exactly that.
They do. Beautiful. Now, we have got samples to show you as well, and then I'll give you the full details, but we are very, very busy. Please check those baskets out. Do not wait. So I'm going to try and remember your design team members' names, because I always like to give credit where credit is due. So we've got Karen, we've got Elaine, Sharon and Paul. Is that right?
Check you out. She has been watching you all.
Yes.
Well done.
I know the hard work that goes on behind the scenes with design teams.
So this one has just been added a blue from light to dark, and that stamp, just the bird stamp, nothing else. There is the circle, the stylized circle, which is coming up next in there in the white, which is on the counter. I'll show you that in a second. But think about just adding those colours, being creative with your jelly plate. Look at that. Add those wreaths, add those elements in there, paint in the water, just blend it with a brush. We've all got blending brushes from somebody somewhere. You could add the white highlight, the moon is in the stamp as well. Look at this one, which is night and day.
Love it.
So those lovely trees, so a summer scene and a night scene together. Then we've got that lovely bird there. I'll just do these few and then we'll move on. There's that, look at that, so gorgeous. And then another one with gold on a sun, and then what I was saying about the moody with the stars and the snow spattered across the top.
Amazing. Right, we are so, so busy. We're going to give you a little bit of time to check those baskets out. So we're going to run a video. Check out right now, everybody.
Look out for our big weekly promotions only at Create and Craft. Our one-day special, which is our special product of the day, launches every day at 6 p.m. New and exclusive launches Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m, where you will find products and offers not available anywhere else. And there's our pick of the week, which launches every Monday at 8 a.m. Taking you into the weekend is our Weekender, which launches every Friday night at 8 p.m. Create and Craft, bringing you 7 days of deals.
Have you found Craft Extra? By tuning in to Freeview 85 and pressing the red button on your TV remote, you can stream Craft Extra 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Missed a show on Create and Craft? Then watch again through your connected TV via the red button. Craft Extra, for your extra dose of crafting.
Yes, here we are again. Now, we've moved down the counter a little bit because we need to look at these stencils. 40% of the stock has already gone. These are standalones, but with the one-day special, with those stamps, Toni, there's something else,
They work so beautifully. So I love the idea of being able to put a scene within a shape.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've seen a lot of shapes and a lot of people already doing that. So as a crafter, as a creator, we're all thinking, well, how can we step it up a gear? How can we make it different? And in this sense, we've made it stylized. So it's got sort of a like a scalloped, rugged edge on there, so it doesn't give you a precise image, which again is very, very romantic. It gives you like the circle one gives you like as if it's been a pencil sketch, and you get the hexagon and the square and the star. So these will work beautifully with all of the other brands that you have in your stash, they work with the lovely stamps as well. So all you need to do, tape it down, put that ink through, stamp the design through, whatever it may be, or even further stencil through, and just get those designs in there. So they go onto a 6x6 card, so you get the scale. So let me just show you just a few of the samples here, so you can see, look at this one here, not a stamp it in sight. So this is from our Christmas collection, where we just sprayed through the stylized star and added the beautiful elements around, and then a lovely sentiment. But then equally, if you want to be bright, bold and beautiful, you can absolutely do that. This is the Imala stamps. You know, you can really, really chop it up, change it up, be creative if you want to. That's the hexagon, and then here is the top of this thing. But if you look on the front here, you'll see the stars. Some have been used half stars, half squares, half circles. So you can be really, really creative. I think there'll be lots and lots of options if you interchange them both. They're
Definitely.
so beautiful.
And I think we spotted it on some of the samples there as well, using your fine liners, your white gel pens as well, into those shapes, into those apertures, just sets them apart again. A great buy, it really is. Look at that saving, £8.97 if you're in the club, down to £26.99. You're going to get all 4 of those. 386237 is the item number. I think they are a must-have with the one day special. I really
They
do.
go with beautifully.
Now, of course, we've got stamps, we've got the stencils, so we're going to need the inks as well. So we've got the is-ink here. Or do you say eyes-ink? Which one do you say?
Eyes-ink.
Eyes-ink.
What do you say?
Well, I said eyes-ink, and then somebody said, no, it's is-ink.
No, I say eyes-ink.
We'll stick with that.
Potato, you know.
It doesn't matter, does it? Because look at the deal. You've got, these are your metallics. You've got 9 colours in total there. All of that, I can't get over this. That price, even before the discount, was amazing.
Yeah, they're a good. Eyes-Inks, Aladdin is the brand. They're from France. They pride themselves on affordability. They're a lovely family company. Their ethos is exactly the same as Stamps by Me. That's why we're working together. But these are the Pigment inks, and again, £13.49 for all of those ink pads. Incredible, and you get a beautiful white. And I've put these in the show, so you can get that lovely moon, the white moon, on the stamps as well, if you want to. The silver and gold works on black cards, so if you are being creative with your reflection stamps, you've got that as well. But because they're a pigment ink, you're able to layer and layer, which makes them opaque, so you can't really see through them, and you're going to be able to get that dimension on your cards. Just amazing.
Fantastic. There you go. Acid free as well. £13.49. 316198 is the item number there. Now I want to go to the next set because we've got confetti ink for you next. So your confetti ink double up, we call this one. Why is it called double up?
Kathy's thinking, what on earth is this? So this basically is a hybrid between watercolour and gouache.
Ah.
So confetti ink, I called it confetti ink because you're going to throw it around like confetti because you've got so much of it. So basically it's a palm size product where you have it in your hat. You can see there, you can use the lid as a mixing station, but all you do is spray it with water, mix it to the consistency you want. So if you want it as thick as gouache, less water. If you want it like a watercolour, white colour, then add lots of water. Don't have to let it dry out, put the lid back on, pop it in your bag. Brilliant for your splats. And if you look on this card here, you can paint the white back in on top of the lovely swans if you want to, and bring them back to life, add the highlights. If you haven't got this in your stash, this is the hero of the show.
Oh, wow.
And it's the cheapest thing on the show. So you absolutely
Can
need
we get
that.
two?
I've done 2 in there because I just feel like once you get one, you're going to need another one straight away because it's just an amazing product. It's one of our core ranges and it works. And if Christmas, for your snow, everything. We use it on everything.
Oh, wow, you need this then, don't you? £12.59 if you're in the club. 226757 is the item number there. Now, if we go onto the website, that's where you will find everything. Please, please, please check out your baskets. We are so busy. Now, if you don't check out quick enough, things have a tendency to jump back out. And if you really want them, you don't want to lose them. Now, on the website as well, we've got other things like the washi tape. We haven't seen it live yet. I'm sure we'll see it at some point, but make sure that you fill in those baskets. We've got all sorts of dies, we've got all sorts of stamps. Keep shopping ahead. But yeah, I can't say it too many times this hour because I know how busy we are. Please do check out as quickly as possible. Right, okay, it's that time, isn't it? It's demonstration time. So where are we starting then, Toni?
Hey, exciting. So when you get your packaging home, always remember you've got the lovely QR code with all of the inspiration from where I've been using them in studio and when I use them after studio, so it's an updating one. Keep them in the packaging. It's a super nice packet. Leave them in there as a visual, okay?
Do you know, lovely inspiration straight away when you look at the front of the packaging.
Oh, absolutely.
As well.
And on the back it shows you the other items that are within the collection as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the foliage as an accent on a piece of black card.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a sticky ink pad and we're going to create a background first of all. So I'm going to use a nice wow powder. So you can see from the stamp set here, like Kathy's already explained, the sort of silhouette element of it's got the lines in there, hasn't it? So, because it would never be sterile, and that's the great thing, isn't it, about what we said, that sometimes when we do try and do the reflection element of it with the, did you say magic plate or something?
We've had mirror plates before, and they do work, you know, and it's quite nice, you know, the right tool for the right job, I think. If you want to do something maybe that's back to back, it works well because you get that replica.
Right.
But when it's a reflection, to me,
excuse me,
you're never going to be able to create what we see in here with these stamps because of that reason, that you will not get that solid image.
I just think it's cool, and I have seen reflections in trees and things like that, but this collection gives you sort of more of a romantic element because of the birds and the bow and the things like that. So I have a piece of black card here, super easy, and I'm just going to use the stamps that are in there. Now think about just a couple of these with a bow or Christmas, or, you know, everything's going to work. So I'm just going to do a few here now. I am thinking about where I'm going to put these because most of it is going to be covered up, so I'll just...
Okay, lovely stuff.
Super easy, nothing fancy. And then we'll do it with a sticky ink pad.
Yeah.
So the wow that I'm using is my wow, and it is Be Bold, and it's on the website. So if you like this colour when I've done it, you can check that one out. So I'll just push this down. I'm not sure even if the Eureka is in stock. I have no idea.
We'll check out on the website. Always have a look in the brand shop when you've got a minute, because you find
it's
all
cool
sorts
brand
of
shop,
goodies.
isn't it, actually? You can't talk about it all on air, I guess, but you know, you can have a peruse. So let's just see, I'll just move that around a bit. Let's go there.
Okay.
So have you been doing much crafting lately?
It depends what your class is crafting. I've built myself some screen planters.
Oh, because you're quite into your home decor, aren't you?
They are from my garden, and I'm very pleased actually with how they've come out. And now I'm decorating, so it's kind of crafting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do watch on social media. I've seen you making things, and you know, I think
I do like to keep busy, but I've got a whole stash of all sorts of crafty items that I've bought that are waiting to be played with.
You're like me. Can you just pop that to one side? I'll border it when I get off air. So you can see now we've got like lovely sparkles.
That's the most beautiful colour.
Yeah, it's like a rosy colour on there. So I'm using the accents, not in a traditional way. So the silhouette collection, I would call it. These create beautiful silhouettes and creepers in on all of your elements and things like that. But, you know, if you want to use them in a sparkly way or as an accent on the back of a card, you can absolutely do that. So you can see now, as soon as we're going to heat set this, it's going to be beautiful, isn't it? So let's just move this out of the way.
Okay.
So funny. When I came from sunny Wakefield, which wasn't sunny, it was overcast. So I'm like, right, tights today, it's a bit chilly, black top, as you do. Get here, it was like being in Caribbean.
It's going to get hotter and hotter, you know.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I got out my car, I felt like I'd stepped off a plane. I'm like, right.
we lose track of what's going on when there's no windows or anything, is there?
So I'll just heat set this one. I'll just get my gun hot. So just when you're doing your heat embossing, keep the tool off your card until it's to the right temperature, because less time on the card means less lumps and bumps in your card. So get it hot as you can.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, pop it on. And then when it's hot, the powder will just get sparkly.
Oh, here it goes. I didn't think that could get any more beautiful, but it does.
It's a lovely colour, isn't it? It looks gorgeous on black.
2/3 of the one-day special has now gone. 2/3. We're only just over 18 minutes into the show. Oh, you must be so pleased though, Toni.
Well, I just knew, I always do a product preview before I come to show everybody what's coming next from Stamps by Me, and we always post it on our YouTube channel. We always post it on Creating Crafts YouTube channel as well to let people see what's coming. And the I know from the feedback, I'm like, oh, this is going to be busy. This is going to be busy. People like this one. So let's just get this one off here.
Okay.
And I've got no more, you've got it all. So that's our backing card.
Yep.
So let's bring in another piece of cardstock here. Now you can, if you want to, you can use your pigment inks on this, but I like to use my pigment inks to create like a solid colour. Okay. So I've also got here my Pearly Ink sprays.
Oh, nice.
You know, the little ones, and they've got like a copper tone, copper infusions. These are actually on the show. I've asked Simon if I can have these in my show. So these are just some little ones. So you just give them obviously a twirl, and they're just a lovely, lovely colour. Now, if you like me and you don't like a lot of mesh, you can pop some onto the top of your lid. Well, as you can see, I did it last time. and you can spray and you get this lovely. Let's just pop it on here first.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a touch of water because I don't want it super, super bright.
So they're really
packed with
pigmented,
pigment,
aren't they?
Yeah. So if you want to tone them down a little bit, and I'm just going to pop the card in.
Just very handy, that lid, isn't it? Oh, isn't that beautiful?
And you can you see the sparkle in there? Hopefully.
That is beautiful.
Hopefully you'll be able to see the sparkle. It's like, it's a rose gold sparkle. It actually matches my embossing powders, which is amazing, really. So you can see that there, and then I'm just going to add another touch of a different colour.
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit of definition on there, a bit of water.
Nice.
And then this is how you get really creative with your colours, guys. When you do this, you're like, right, that's a hot mess. But trust me, as soon as you put that silhouette stamp on, it'll just come together.
Yeah.
So let's
and
just dry
you
this
can get
off.
different effects every single time, which is so exciting when you're crafting.
Absolutely. And those things come in four lovely,
Oh, I can see that sparkle.
lovely colours. Wait, it's getting sparklier. Can you see that? So sparkly. It's hard to show sparkle. It's a very gorgeous sparkle, I might add. There we go.
It is beautiful.
So let's just set this aside very quickly, and let's bring in one of the stencils. So this is where the lovely stencils just match. Now, I've got all my stencils here, and I have no idea which one I want to use because they're all just gorgeous. How do you decide? Let's go with the star.
Okay. Well, I can tell you're so busy on the stencils as well. Over 40% of the stock is now gone. You don't have to choose. You know, if you're worried about, do I go for the hexagon, do I go for the star, you know, which tape do I go for? They're all there, all four of them, for $26.99. 386237 is the item number.
So this is where your lovely, lovely stencils come in. Now, if you want to push it back and make like a white star, you could take your white ink and push it through if you want to. But I am going to show you the lovely confetti because it's so good. So you take the lid off, add a bit of water, get it going, mix it up with a brush. Let's just get a brush, any brush will do.
I love the size of the pot and the fact that you can hold that in your palm.
Hold it in your hand like, and you can be able to see how white. It's so gorgeous. And so I can absolutely now, if I wanted to, with this brush, go in and paint, push that star. So I don't have to use your traditional blending brush. As long as you go with the shape of the star, it's going to push me some detail into there really, really easy.
Oh, nice. Can we stamp over the top of that?
Of course
as well,
you can.
then?
Yeah, it's super cool.
Perfect.
So it's a lovely sort of thing for watercolouring, but equally if you want to do gouache effects really thick and get some cover on there, you can absolutely do that as well. So, and you can layer build with it as well. It's just so cool, so cool.
I love kind of the dragged effect as well. You can do sort of the faux weathered wood and that sort of thing with it, couldn't you, on top of your colours. Very busy on this as well. You're getting two of these. A third of the stock has gone. 226757. Don't forget you've got that discount if you're a club member as well. Well worth popping these into your basket, that's for sure.
So you get that lovely star in there. Can we see that there? Now you can blast it off and go over it again so you end up with like a more solid star. Actually, let's just do that because it's looking a bit patchy. You see that gold in there? It looks lovely, doesn't it?
It is beautiful. I hope we can pick this up on the camera and we'll maybe hold it to the front camera a little bit later.
So I'll do another layer. I'll do another layer and then hopefully it'll... Just showing you how... It's come to life now there on there, now I've dried it a bit.
Is that the way you would work then? Would you say build up in layers rather than try to go all in one go?
Yeah, I always try and layer build because it can get a bit messy if you try and splodge it all through. So let's just pop this on here. So wait till we add that reflection stamp because it's all going to come together.
Literally, do you know what, with the shows today, I've had such a lovely day today. I really have had a show with David Waite on Craft Extra earlier on, and then Lisa's show, which was so busy. Yeah. And now you, and then I'm going to Happy Puzzle after this.
I can hear him.
I know, I can't wait.
He's doing his puzzles.
I think there could be a little bit of a competition going on later. I'm sure I won't win, but who cares? As long as we're having fun.
Yeah, so make sure you either take stencil down or let's just get that in there. So let's just dry this off. There you can see the star now.
Yeah. Well, that's made a big difference, actually.
So yeah, I'm now thinking, oh, it's a hot mess. This is how I work. But I always see my cards through, and I'm always absolutely proud as punch of what I get at the end result of it. So let's now be a little bit more creative. Let's just move this out there. So you just pop the lid back on there and you can use that as a mixing station as well. Pop it in there. Absolutely brilliant.
And that's water-based, so very easy to clean off your stencils.
Absolutely. It'll just get, you just clean it straight off. Let's just move that out of there. So now on here, now we can be even more creative if you want to. You can bring in the moon. We can stamp the moon in a black if you want to.
Yeah.
So let's pop a moon in.
Nice.
Let's pick that up. Let's just pop that on in a fit. Now I'm not going to use my tool. I'm just going to go in with a black and just add.
There's so much detail just in that one stamp there.
So I'm going to do my bird as if it's coming in. So I'm going to do my moon up here.
Lovely.
So it will push back and then we'll get our lovely bird. Now you can, if you want to, make it look like the bird sat within lots and lots of foliage if you want to, because the wreaths are in there as well. Let's bring him down a little bit. In fact, shall we put him as if he's in the moon?
Oh, why not? Yes, because he's nice and solid, isn't he?
He is, yeah. But I'll do that on my Eureka because I can then repeat the process so I get a nice black, solid image on there. Let me just clean the front of this
And as the
door.
clothes toner, we don't have to worry about losing some of the reflection off the edge of the card if we wanted to bring it down a little bit further.
Absolutely not. You know, you can do as you please, really. You know, it's just amazing what you can do. So let's just bring this in.
Okay.
Hold it in place, and let's do the bird as if he's in here. So the water reflection from the swans you can incorporate in here and do an even further design if you want to.
Okay. So which ink are you using here?
I'm using VersaFine.
Right.
But you can use any black ink as long as you use it appropriately for your whatever you're doing. So if you're watercolouring, then you need to use a permanent ink, which is this one, and if you're using alcohol markers, you need to use Memento. Always use opposites.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming to life, isn't it?
Let's just add in again.
So when you had the idea for these stamps then, Toni, you must have been so keen to see the finished results. I bet it was like waiting for that special occasion. It must have felt so long.
Every collection I bring to you, it feels so long.
Does
It's
it?
only a few weeks. Every time. So I'm just blasting this one off.
That is lovely.
Just trying to get rid of some of the shine on there because I don't want any mucky paw prints. And then I'm just going to sort of paint in, just freehand a little bit of water.
Now that was going to be my next question, because obviously we've got the reflection there, so you need that line, don't you, between
You just need
the
to sort,
background and the water.
You need to sort of like stop it from floating around, don't we? That's all.
Okay.
So let's just get these lovely pearly wink colours. I'm just going to go for the purple here, which has got a lovely blue in there. Pick up some of the colour. This is where you're going to get lost. This is where you're going to get lost, isn't it? When you're going to start adding the colour in between your design.
Just about building up those layers again.
So now we have water.
And it builds together so quickly, doesn't it?
Just drag it out. Don't be precious about it, because the reflection, it's not like it has to be absolutely perfect or anything like that. And in that Pearly Winks collection, you've got the blue, you've got an orange, you've got a rose, and you've got like a coffee coloured one as well, so perfect for.
That is a lovely collection. You will find everything on the website, of course. We will keep reminding you of certain things. At the moment, we've got the stencils at the bottom of the screen. Very, very busy. And of course, those wonderful stamps, 30 in total within the collection. The reflections, a whole collection there, all 4 sets.
So I'm just blasting that off, and then like going back to what I said earlier about if you want to add a white highlight anywhere, you can absolutely just add it in, scribble some lines in as if you're accenting it, if it works. There we go. Oh, we're getting there now.
Love it.
You know, just grow with the stamp is there as a base. You don't even have to worry about anything else. Just think about the colour. So let's bob this onto a card, blank very quickly, and then onto that lovely background.
And of course, once you've got the stamps, you've got the stencils, you've got those products, you know, if you're not particularly happy with the first go, then you go again. You can always cut it up and use elements from there. You could just cut out the bird and decoupage it a little bit as well if you wanted.
Yeah, of course you could. Probably dry this off a little bit better so we didn't have as much bump, but it's fine. You get the idea. Nope. Let's
A little bit of a border, it just sets things off.
Yeah, it just brings it to life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's just grab a piece of card and just flatten that down.
Okay.
I know if I put my fingerprint on there, I'm going to end up with 2 birds. I'm going to have to make it look like there were a second bird. And then,
lovely.
let's just pop it on top of here. So you've got that lovely sparkle on there, and then that would sit on top of a card blank, which is here. Just grab this.
Gorgeous.
I'm not going to stick it because we've got a lot to get through.
I'd almost forgotten we'd done that background, but doesn't that work so well?
So you can see.
That's
The
has
colours,
really
sorry,
pulled
I'll
together
try and
so
hold it up. It's not
beautifully.
built, but I think you get the idea.
Very, very nice indeed. Just one idea, of course. We will have more inspiration from Toni coming up. Let's have 1 or 2 little reminders of a few things. There we have the one-day special on the screen for you. It's lovely to have that inspiration on the packaging, isn't it? But I mean, once you get going with these, you're going to be trying out those techniques, those different colours. You know, these, as Toni said, are going to work through every single season for any age group as well, male or female. It really doesn't matter. They're going to keep giving to you. Let's have another closer look at these. Over 2/3 of the entire stock has gone. When it's gone, it's gone. We're not going to bring any more back. Not for the one-day special this time. 710153 is the item number you need, whether you're in the club or not. But look at the saving for club members, £14.80. We're going to split it 3 ways for you as well. There's that gorgeous bird again. 3 payments of just £20.39. You know, there's real atmosphere behind these, isn't there? You've got that romantic feel. You've got that tranquil feel to them as well. But however you work with these stamps, you're going to find that you can produce many different projects each time. Just using the trees, using the foliage. Then if you're teaming with those stencils as well, well, it really sets them apart, doesn't it? But the one-day special proving to be so, so popular. Look at the boat. You see, mix and match all those sets. They stand alone, but they all work together. That's why they are a full collection. Just having another look there. Now, we will just show you the stamps again. Let me make sure I get the first one the right way up this time. Honestly, these are so good. I couldn't tell which was the reflection and which was the real trees there in the background. Really beautiful designs, and I'm with Toni on this one. That could be, you know, stars in the sky. It could be a snowfall. I think you're going to use that particular stamp for so many other reasons, whether you're doing reflections or not. You know, you've got some of the sentiments that are reflected. In this case, it's not, but you've got that beautiful wording there. Don't lose hope. And when the sun goes down, the stars come out. Really lovely. Just background building there as well with the sun. Gorgeous. Let me go through the other ones as well for you. So just switch these over. The one that we've just seen in demonstration, of course, is our bird. I'm just going to flip that whole set over actually, because I think that's better. You can see it a little bit more clearly. That's where you've got the moon in there, you've got the reflections again, you've got the foliage. I mean, the movement on that, how it looks like it's swaying in the breeze. It's really beautiful, isn't it? The bulrush is there as well. That moon you're going to use so many times over. I think a real favourite, though, of many is this one. Let me bring it in, the boat with the couple in there. I mean, that could be a retirement, it could be an anniversary, it could be a wedding, you know, it could just be a thinking of you. It could be a sympathy card as well. It can be anything you want it to be. Every new day is a blessing, and then never give up, again reflected there. Do you know, that's a nice sentiment, isn't it? Never give up. You know, things are troubling you, you know, and you want to send a card to someone that's having a few little issues, just to let them know that you're thinking about them. I think that is just perfect. And then finally, let me just bring in those swans. They're delightful. They really, really are.
That's my favourite.
Is it? Is that your favourite?
It just tells a story, doesn't it? I just love, you know,
I love everything
happy,
about
and we were asked for happy anniversary. We always get asked for everyday sentiments because it's something Stamps by Me don't do. We always do either positive, go get them sort of type style sentiments, but we're always saying we love your images, but you know, I just want some everyday, so that's your everyday happy anniversary.
And that reflecting that water there is just perfect. 710153, remember, is the item number you need for the one-day special. You need to check out those baskets. We know how busy it is out there. Don't let anything bounce back. It's not going to come back on extended when it's gone. It has gone. Now, if you are going for the one-day special, I think you really should be going for the stencils as well. They are standalone again. You can use them with your other brands. You can use them with other stamps. You know, your texture paste and all sorts, all your sprays, everything's going to work. But the stencils, a set of 4, These are simply amazing. They really, really are. Now, the fact that they're not just a basic shape, you've got that sort of rough edge around them. You've got a little bit more substance to them. They work so well, don't they? Look at the boat there in the star with those gorgeous colours in the background. That is absolutely stunning. Every new day again is a blessing there as a sentiment. 386237 is the item number. If you are going for the stencils, a lovely saving for the club members there of £8.97. Don't forget, you don't have to work with them just with the one-day special. You can work with these with your other backgrounds. I'm just going to bring in very quickly just a couple more samples just to show you that you can mix with other brands as well. You know, depending how you want to work with them. Not one of the stamps seen on this particular sample, but you can see the stencil, and the same with this one as well. Beautiful. Very, very busy on those. There we go. So, lots to think about, lots to consider, and make sure, again, you just check those baskets out. Now, something else you might be considering is, are you going to Doncaster or are you not? Do you know, we're heading that way tomorrow. You need your tickets right now.
Tickets are now on sale for Crafting Live at Doncaster Racecourse on the 9th and 10th of July, featuring exclusive offers and competitions. Sign up to free make and takes, stock up on your crafted goodies from a vast range of exhibitors, and watch live guest demonstrations. We will also be broadcasting live, so join our audience and meet our presenters after the shows. Club members save 10% off your ticket price. So, treat yourself or someone special to a great day out and book your tickets now at creatingcraft.com and search for Crafting Live. We look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, everybody's heading their way tomorrow to set up, of course. Maybe you're in a workshop tomorrow, I don't know, but the actual event, Saturday and Sunday, we cannot wait. Toni, back with you. Now, this is looking interesting.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the stamps thinking, I love the stamps, but I'm not really an inky person, I don't really play with ink, I don't enjoy getting my hands dirty, then maybe you've got some paper pads at home that have like just coloured backgrounds from other brands. This is a Funky Fossil watercolour pad, and I think it looks a bit like a sunset-y type start. My eyes are telling me sunset, so that's what I'm going to go with. So think about your papers as well, because you can do it with your papers. So I'm going to take the circle here, and I'm going to sort of do it off the page. I'm going to have that stylized element on there. Okay. So it'll create like a really big sunshine. So you can go over with your colours if you want to, you can add dimension, but I'm just going to go over here. It helps if it's open. I'm going to go over here and put some black around to create like a little bit of a halo. Does that make sense? It does make sense. I'm using the lovely pigment inks that are in the show because they're just amazing. Such a good deal. They're just amazing.
9 colours. They've been very busy as well. Do you know, these are metallics. You've got a whole array of colours once again though. Let's have a look at that club price because that's going to come down even further. I think it was $13.49. Let's all find out. There it is, $13.49 for 9
brilliant, isn't it?
What does that work out each then? We'll divide that. 9.
So when you're using your stencils, just follow the design, be careful. Around here, just subtly, just do it, because although they are really intricate in design, it's so worth it when you see the results, okay? So just be a little bit careful around the edges. And then on the sides here, just going to give it a lovely, lovely sort of halo effect, just going round. Bring the ink in.
You're changing the mood of that totally already.
Absolutely. Oh, don't move.
Those inks work out at £1.50 each.
That's awesome. So affordable.
It really is.
And they're good. They're really good. So don't think because they're that cheap, they're not going to sort of work. Because honestly, you see me with Eyes Ink all the time. They're a lovely brand. They're a global brand. Oh,
now the stencils, almost half the stock has now gone. We had huge stocks of everything. Because Toni said, that's it. I'm giving you as much as I can. You've got so much stock. It's going to last, but who knows whether it will. But once it's gone, it's gone.
So you can see we've created like a little bit of an atmosphere there, like this, push the sunset back. But another cool thing you can do is pop. Oh, nearly put my knuckle in that ink then, nearly had apoplexy. I was Good job, I've got plenty of tissue. So in that same set, look, you get all of this lovely sort of like a trees coming in and things like that. So you can be really, really creative. So let's take one of these trees and let's, in fact, and if you've noticed as well, let me show you, you've got a left tree and a right tree. We haven't just given you a left, so you always have to do it on the left. I'm going to go with this one here, and I'm going to do it as if this one's just crouching in here.
And you mentioned Halloween earlier on as well. These trees would work perfectly for Halloween and autumn. I mean, if you've got little tiny leaves on stamps, so you could draw them in, you could have them sort of blowing away from the trees.
Absolutely. I mean, if you love stamps, you love ink, and you love stencils, then this is a great collection, isn't it? So let's just, I'll just use this ink. So I'm just going to ink up this lovely sort of twig. I think, well, it looks like a silhouette stamp really because it's solid. But you could equally do it in green and spray it with water if you wanted to. So basically within the circle here, I've kept it in place. So all of our design work is going to be within that circle.
Okay.
So I'll give it a push, 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 push. It'll not show you how cool it is until I move the circle. So I'm just going to leave the circle there for now. Let's do a little bit of green on the other side.
Yep. Do you know, I'd love to say a very good evening to everybody out in Europe, across the world, and in America as well, because we know you are watching and you're buying as well. It's amazing, isn't it, when you think you're stood here in the studio and there's people from all over the world watching and buying.
Absolutely, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. So let's get some greenery down the bottom here. And let's stamp this one down here. And you get your green there, and then let's use our lovely boat here. So this is where we get our lovely reflection in the water, and we can add the white gel pen or whatever you want to add. So I'm going to go with the line that's in the paper there. So I might do it just off. There we go, just doing there.
Okay.
So I'm just basically creating a scene, and all of the elements from each set will cross-pollinate between each one. So don't be fearful thinking, well, that's not actually in that set, I don't really want to. They do work, trust me, they were created in that way for you to be able to do that. So let's do this in black too. That reflection would be so happy. You know, when I'm inking this up, I'm thinking, this is great. Nobody even actually knows that I haven't reflected that over. So if anybody does ask, yeah, you reflected it and you're brilliant at the technique. I'm really good at this.
It's taken years of practice, but I cracked it in the end.
Push, push, push.
This is such a lovely image.
And then just don't want it to stick to my card.
Oh, wow.
Creating a look at that. It's cool, isn't it?
And we still haven't done the full reveal, but you can see straight away. Isn't that paper perfect?
Isn't it just? And it's got loads of different colours, and I think it might be on the website. It's a funky fossil one.
Do watch out for that. I've not seen Sarah for ages. I think she's been on the other shift.
There we go. And oh, in fact, don't move it, Tony. I'm not finished yet. Look at me. I'm having a good old play. We've got some birds. So let's pop some birds in there.
Do you know, I didn't even spot the birds, and I was just thinking you could take your fine liner, but you don't need to because they're there.
Yeah, which is cool.
There could be bats for Halloween as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? All of the foliage is going to work beautifully for all the... And Christmas as well, you know. Oh, we've got a few sets of birds. Look, let's put a few in. They're admiring the view. So let's stamp these ones out.
We've still got so much satin baskets there. Check out, everybody. The stock is disappearing rapidly.
Oh,
beautiful.
Look at me and you. Oh, right. Let's go back to. There's a couple of things I want to add to this. So let's add some white splats.
Yep.
Because we can. So again, that lovely confetti. This is what I predominantly use it for. Is the splats. Obviously, don't mix blue in with it, but you know, it is what it is. And then you can just take your brush and just add the splats on. So keep your stencil in place. Okay. Just make it look a bit starry.
You can see how opaque it is. It's been very busy. Half the stock is gone. You get 2 of these, remember.
And then with the white, you can take your white, add a little bit of white in here. Now this just dries back a little bit, so don't be fearful that it looks blobby, because honestly, it'll dry back a bit. If you want to add a few more lines in to create a little bit more water, you can absolutely. It'll dry back, don't worry about it when you put it on.
That's a work of art.
And then to finish it, I'm just going to sparkle it up.
Okay. Oh, at first I thought you just put water. I thought, what are you going to do?
If you haven't got this in your life, you
I've got some of that, it's brilliant.
I was just going to say, I bet you've got it. Yeah, so basically it's a pearl spray, and it gives a most gorgeous, subtle sparkle on your cards. So you can spray direct, or you can waft it in air and catch the sparkle if you want to. So I'm just going to do it from a distance. Just a little bit, because it dries right back. And then I'll dry it off with my gun.
Oh, I can see it. It's like it's fizzing.
It's fizzing. Oh.
That is, and I cannot wait for you to remove the stencil, but already you can see this is just going to look so wonderful. There's the glitter spray. You get an awful lot for your money as well. 2 payments of just £7.50 if you're splitting the cost today. 250 millilitres there, and it is well worth having. You could paint that on as well, couldn't you? Give it a shake up and then paint it on if you want to bring out some small detail.
Hopefully you'll be able to see this in a second. I'll hold it up. I have got a paw print on it, which I'm not amused about. Look at that. Oh no, it's part of a treat. In fact, this is the great thing about silhouette stamping, isn't it? Like, let's just hide that awful fingerprint, and let's just grab this one.
Okay.
When you try and hide a fingerprint and then you add another, have you ever done that? You're like, well, I tried to hide one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create, let's just move this up a little bit. I'm just going to pop the greenery across the corner here.
Okay, yeah.
Just to hide my ugly fingerprint. We don't want more birds in the set though. So let's just move that.
Oh, nice.
Let's just add.
Could be a little bird.
Has anybody got world's biggest butterfly? Stop right now. I knew you would laugh. Did she just burst out laughing? It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. Oh, it's all right. I saved it.
Oh, do you know, actually, that really adds to it as
Let's just grab a card.
That's a happy accident and a half, that one.
Let's just grab a piece of black card and just sit it on top so you can see how gorgeous it's going to look. There we go.
I love it. I love it. So you watch out for that paper from Funky Fossil. I think that works so well.
So you get the sparkle in that lovely sort of silhouette. So if you have got coloured papers and you're not confident with ink, it's a great starting point. But I do absolutely encourage you to get your ink pads out and have a play, because honestly, what looks like a hot mess when you first start out, when you start adding the stamps and the detail and the birds and the stars and the sparkle, it just comes together really, really quickly.
Oh, do you know, it is stunning, isn't it? And you can recreate what you've just seen there, and you're going to be just having a ball when you work with all of the products. Now, we've got so much of the stock disappearing. Now, I'm just hearing from our gallery, if you're having any issues with checking out, please go to PayPal. It's not us, it's the card company. Card company issue. So if you are having those troubles, please, if you can, go to PayPal. I'm very, very sorry. As I say, if it was us, we'd be on it now. We'll keep you updated if we're here anymore, though. But do you know what? You are buying in your droves. You really, really are. The one-day special is proving to be so popular. Almost 70% of the stock has now gone. We've seen 2 demonstrations, but I think particularly that last one, using those different mediums there, the sprays, the papers, how you can build those backgrounds up, the different inks. We've got so much available on the show, but without the tools, these tools, the reflections, the whole collection, it's mind-blowing. I've never seen anything like this before. It does get to that point in craft where you think, is there anything we've not seen yet? Yes, we've seen reflections when you come to stamping, but you've had to be able to do that yourself with the acetate or with some sort of other plate. This is different because you've got that true reflection rather than just a solid image. You can see how the water's got movement there. It is just beautiful. That's a very clever sample as well there, isn't it? Look at that with the background. I'm not sure that's some sort of stamp or whether it's washi tape, but it just looks amazing. The night sky there with the moon. Again, that stamp that could be the snowfall, it could be the stars. It is simply beautiful. All you've got to pay today is £20.39. If you want to make the most, of course, of our Flexi. I'm going to bring in some more samples that we've got at the back here as well. Don't forget, if you're going for the stencils, team them together. It just opens up those opportunities further. But they are all standalones as well. Now, the reflection on this one, never give up. Have I got that the wrong way up? I have, haven't I? There it is. Okay. Do you know, it throws me every single time, this one. Never give up. But this is one of the sentiments that is also reflected. Really beautiful. If you can afford to go for the inks as well, please do so. You've got those metallics in there, the eyes inks. We've seen them in use in demonstration again, but they're going to lend themselves perfectly. Do watch out for the embossing powders on the website as well. I'm still in love with that rose gold. I think it was called, what was it called? The embossing powder that you used?
Be Bold.
Be Bold, that's the one. They're using one of the stencils in the background again. Let me bring in the bird. You know, I could just keep showing these. They are stunning, stunning samples. Design team, once again, thank you so, so much. Remember, 70% of the stock has gone. Look how the moon's just creeping in on the corner there. You don't have to use the whole of that. That really could be a Christmas card. Makes it look very snowy, doesn't it? Yeah. Make the most of that flexi, as I say. That means you can probably stretch to those stencils and anything else that you want to pop into your basket. A lovely saving for club members of £14.80. On the website, you will find everything. You will find the inks there, the stencils there. Don't forget about the confetti ink. That's very, very busy as well. 60% of the stock has gone. Please have a look at the washi collection. We're going to see that a little bit later, I believe, at 9 o'clock tonight. I know when Toni brought the Christmas versions here, they were sold out, I think, before they even got to them. We've got returning favourites there as well. Maybe you've missed out on something before. Maybe you didn't have the budget before, so it's worth looking at everything. And we've got 5-star reviews on the pearly winks there. Go for that glitter pearl. It is amazing. Right, oh, I see another stencil. You've gone for the hexagon.
Yes, so this time we're just going to totally like play it back a little bit. So I'm going to use the lovely pigment ink. So I'm going to use this lovely teal and I'm just going to create a little bit of a hue in here, and then I'm going to use the fabulous trees. Okay. So pigments are brilliant if you're blending. You get a lovely finish when you use pigment ink because it's got an oil content in, so it moves a little bit easier on.
Slower drying, aren't
they? It moves a little bit easier on your cardstock. I'm just going to dab a little bit of this off excess.
Okay.
Make sure it's just
very,
soft.
very busy. The stencil's half the stock gone, remember?
So all I'm doing here is just going round the edge of the stencil.
Okay, now just again, I did mention, just as we had a bit of a recap, if you're having any issues checking out, it is the card company rather than us, so go straight to PayPal. PayPal is unaffected, so you should be absolutely fine. Just don't want you to miss out on anything. Don't give up. It's not our issue, but we will keep you updated.
So I've crashed website, have you? That's your fault, Kathy.
Is it my fault?
Every time me and you work together, something happens.
Oh, don't say that.
So as you can see, the stylized element of the hexagon here, just go with the design, not against the design, and you'll get that lovely sort of detail in there. So I'm just creating like a lovely blue halo.
Okay.
Just take off the excess off my brush so I get a lovely soft finish on there. Take your time with it, and you can build up, you can do sunsets, you've got the moon in the other one if you wanted to do a lovely moon in there too, so I'm just pushing that ink through.
That's the key, is it just a little bit more delicate where that fine detail is?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just for that second or two of delicacy around that little corner is well worth it, because it's boring, it's just a normal hexagon, isn't it? It's been done. But this just gives you that touch of elegance around your work. So let's just move that and just show you. So you can see the detail at the, can you see it?
Yeah.
Do I need to make it a bit darker? Let's make it a bit darker.
I could see it, but yeah, do a little bit more, just a little bit. Mr. Baker said.
Yeah, just do it a little bit more. So I'll push on a little bit harder here then. Okay.
Now, if you were stood next to Toni, you would see that perfectly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, you know, with our overhead.
I think that's why we use a lot of black on telly,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because we really want to show you how gorgeous it is, because we can't really stick to light colours. But let's see if that helps. Does that help?
That is better.
That's better. Now I'm just going to soften that line a little bit there. So now we're going to bring in our lovely, lovely trees. Now, straight in the centre, should you wish. If you want to, you can do off and connect. So let's do...
Actually, that's a good one for elongating, isn't it?
So you can, yeah, make it as long as you absolutely wanted to. So let's just go straight in centre, because it fits beautifully.
Okay. Now, when it comes to that stamp, the actual stamp itself, is there a definite right and wrong way, or would it not matter which way
I don't
it
honestly
was?
think it matters.
No.
I don't honestly.
I'm just looking at it then and thinking, I don't think it does either. I mean, obviously, your sentiments, you want the right way up, but it's just the most beautiful image, it really is. And it is very Christmassy if you want it to be.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got those lovely stars and snow. Like, like a flutter of something across the top, so you can create galaxy cards if you want to. I really don't think there are any rules. Let's just have a look here. Just trying to think. Look, if you do it this way, you're going to get that solid line and fate undertone, but if you do it this way, it's all going to depend on where sun's coming from, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's go this way.
Okay.
Straight in the centre of that lovely hexagon there.
Oh, 3/4 of the one-day special is now gone.
So,
remember, when it's gone, it's gone.
So let's stamp in the same colour this time.
That's a lovely colour.
It is. And you get great coverage with your pigment inks as well, so let's get that colour on there. Okay. So this is the same colour as our lovely background.
And I suppose if you miss a little bit when you stamp in, I know if you're using your platform you can go back in, but it wouldn't really matter, would it, because of the style of them? Oh, that is gorgeous.
That looks really, really like misty, moody, soft. Let's just make it a little bit darker. Now, there's a couple of ways you can sort of, as I always say, tart your card up. So you can do it like one tone like this.
Yeah.
But equally, because you've got that sort of one-dimensional there, you could do, so if you now take your black or a gold and put gold across the top, maybe.
Yeah.
So these pigment inks are amazing if you can't be bothered to heat emboss and get your tool out and your embossing powders, because you get a really metallic, they're a lovely metallic feel. So if you want to now chop it up so it's not one tone, you can absolutely go in, add some gold. So you've got gold top. Hopefully it'll show. There we go. So you've got a nice gold. It is reflective, and I will show you that, okay? And then also in that very set as well, you get a beautiful sentiment, a moon, and you get this sort of like star. Well, sun.
It's like a sunburst, isn't it?
So I think we should just pop this up here.
Okay.
And let's just, shall we do this one gold too?
Yeah. And you could stamp within the stencil as well if you just wanted it coming in from the edge of the hexagon,
yeah.
couldn't
Be
you?
creative with your work, you know, there's no rules. I should put that on my packaging, no rules, because there are no rules with craft. If it's making you happy, look at that.
Oh.
Just make it a bit darker. Quickly.
Oh, I cannot
And
believe we've only got a minute
I know,
left.
I'm being quick. And then let's get a sentiment. So this is that lovely bold sentiment in there.
Do you know, if you wanted to batch make as well, you could do, especially if you've got a platform. Maybe do all the backgrounds first and then go in with the stamps.
Yeah.
You know, you can make as many as you wish. And the angel policy lets us sell, doesn't it?
Absolutely, make and sell as much as you want and enjoy the process. That's what it's all about.
Look at that.
Look at the spark, look at the gold metallic.
These are something very special, aren't they? Oh my word.
I didn't spend hours trying to get that reflection.
You didn't. You really, really didn't. And you wouldn't have got that reflection in that way.
Not a
Trying
chance.
any other way. These stamps are incredible. Don't forget to check those baskets out. Go to PayPal if you are having any issues. Tony, thank you so much. I know you're back at 9 o'clock. Don't wait around. It's going to disappear. I'll see you coming up next. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. We've got the Happy Puzzle Company next. Not seen Gavin for a while. Lisa Horton, do not miss out on that. That was very busy.